Today's horoscope and tarot from Astro Academy, Taurus, March 2, 2022. With the moon's north node in your sign until mid-2023, you're encouraged to explore and develop your independence. The coming 18 months is a period of confidence building and expressing yourself in new, exciting, and positive ways. Some of the greatest joys and challenges come from discovering your personal courage. You are learning to overcome any existing fears of trusting your instincts or going it alone, and it's a wonderfully empowering process. Today is strong for communicating in warm, positive ways. You'll get the chance to show others, and yourself, that you can take charge and handle things maturely. Friendly, positive communications are pleasing but can also come in handy. There can be information about courses and opportunities of benefit to you. Luna continues to wander through transformative Scorpio and your committed 7th house of agreements, compromise, and significant others, bringing focus to your one-on-one connections as well as you and your lover's ability to compromise. Have you been secretly obsessing over someone? Perhaps it's a love interest you prefer to keep to yourself. Whatever the case may be, Luna's trine to lucky Jupiter via your 11th house of associations, community, and sense of belonging in the world encourages you to step outside of your comfort zone and perhaps explore the options that are being presented to you. Be open to professional redirection. When Mercury retrograde in Capricorn trines the North Node in Taurus, there could be a fated happenstance that changes your professional drive. Maybe something comes up in conversation with a colleague that takes you by surprise in a classically Mercury retrograde manner. But the more you sit on it, the more it begins to shape your perception of what you could do in your career. The trine could lead you to value a new path or educational course, which may be different from what you are used to. Just 2 days after Mars not only left your financial sector but ended all planetary activity on the financial front, the moon returns with a chance to check in. The moon began the year here and comes full circle in time to capture some of Mars' financial passions and fighting spirit. Over the next few days, the moon will fuel your financial instincts and imagination, just as you are tying up the loose ends of your financial resolutions for the coming year. To put it mildly, you are somewhat overwhelmed with what is expected of you. There are frequent misunderstandings, especially with relatives and friends. To avoid making the tense situation worse, refrain from acting in the heat of the moment. You need a great deal of time and patience for talking things over to clear matters up. Half of you wants to beat the crowds and get out of the house right now. The other half of you wants to crawl back into bed. What are you going to do? Split yourself down the middle? That's impossible. You come under intense scrutiny and react badly to criticism you might receive from people you care about most. Emotional outbursts lead you to say things you later regret. It is probably best if you try and remove yourself from any tense situation to a quiet place where you're able to reflect on how you feel. Walking can be a great exercise for you now because it gives you time to slow down and concentrate on yourself. You may need to think certain issues over and clear up excess mental clutter, not to mention free-floating anxieties. Walking, or long runs if you are an accomplished runner already, is a spiritual as well as a physical exercise and is highly recommended right now. If you are involved in a partnership in your career, take some time to go over the books on this day. Staying connected with the ins and outs of the financial affairs is very important to any business. This is a great day to look for ways to improve budgeting and spending. Further, you may be able to recognize areas where more money could be made and brought into the business. Be sure to discuss any creative ideas you have with your partner. Your tarot reading for today. Strength, the Moon and the Hierophant. It's possible several objects will break down without you understanding why. The cards show a physical instability around you. If it can go wrong, it might apply here, and you could be suffering a succession of small hardware failures around you. Don't panic, it's not serious. What you need to do is understand the cause. Because nothing happens randomly and you have to dig deep to find out why things happen as they do in life. Here, the cards are giving an unlucky vision of the month of March. All sorts of difficulties could occur, all related to this lack of luck in your life. You don't seem able to make the right decisions and let go, which causes disturbances to the luck in your life. You can explain this by talking about bad luck, but in reality you create your own luck with your actions and your outlook on life. You'll need to take this series of problems on board to see the end of them. You don't need to fret or worry about what fate has done to you. You are not powerless. Your strength of character will allow you to get through this. Every wrong step that you have put behind you is one more step towards the end of the tunnel. The cards show that something positive could happen and you will have a more favorable period before you. You may see this as a challenge sent by fate, push some obstacles over, and, if you succeed, there will be a reward. The cards you have drawn are auspicious for the future and herald a prosperous period full of happiness and success. It seems that if you want to achieve things in your personal and love life over the coming weeks, you have all the cards you need in your hand. Our eyes in the sky. You could have a chance encounter with someone from your past who has reappeared in your life. This random meeting could prove to be beneficial, as it might open doors for you to achieve greatness in the future. You could also have a rendezvous or conversation with a former lover, which could clear up a lot of heartbreak that you experienced in the relationship. You might even bump into a childhood friend who gives you a push in the right professional direction. Keep your eyes and ears open for any information you hear today because it is fated. You might want to take action on the news. However, because of Mercury's retrograde, this is not the ideal time to move forward. The more you push the energy, the more frustrating it will be. Allow yourself to take in and absorb the information. Listen to what people are saying, and take note of how you're feeling. This will help you gain clarity on matters as well as understand them on a deeper and more personal level. Luckily, there's a glimmer of hope in the cosmos as a separating aspect between Mercury, Mars, and Venus can help you pull strength from the ones you love. If you need to vent throughout the day, hit up your bestie and let it all out. As the day comes to a close, the vibe remains serious but lighter. Use tonight to realign with your goals and give yourself a little pep talk for tomorrow. This aspect brings two planetary bodies connecting in water amidst a sky dominated by planets in Earth signs. We may be in an investigative mood, and the depths we seek to plumb relate to feelings, creative instincts, or spiritual longings. Heed the messages of your subconscious mind and pay attention to signs. We may not notice it right now, but our interactions have a fated quality about them. We could be drawn into the orbit of mysterious strangers who allow us to make peace with our past. Conversely, we might attract people through the intensity of our emotions. Magnetism is powerful, and we should be conscious to use it wisely. Seek to manipulate situations for the benefit of all involved, not to satisfy your ego.